Hello and welcome. Today we'll be talking about PvP builds and what the current meta looks like for tournaments, what's been winning tournaments, and generally how the tournaments have been going so far in duels. Because it's kind of a huge part and not a lot of people have been entering. The tournament I entered this morning only had 16 people enter into it, and an apprentice staff build ended up winning first place. So, the excuse that you don't have the best possible gear is not going to fly anymore, because it turns out you don't need it. You just need to have a good run. So there's no reason for people not to be entering. There's 2,200 total holders of Raiders, and only 16 entering into tournaments regularly. So make sure you get on that and enter into tournaments. But before we get started with talking about builds and what's going on there, we have the results for our giveaway. That last video from about a week ago, a little over a week ago, we're finally getting around to picking the results. So I have it loaded up here in the random comment picker. So I will go ahead and pick this, and whoever wins will be getting contacted and receiving that free Gen 3 character. So without further ado, let's hit start and see who wins. Doodleba. Love the duels, excited to see new runes and change it up. All right, nice. Congratulations to Doodleba for winning this contest. I will get into contact with you through Discord as soon as I can. I will make sure to pin your comment, and you need to reply to that comment that you made on that video with your Discord name, so that I can confirm and so that nobody else can contact me and say they're you and get a free character out of it. Because I'm sure you don't want to lose out on a character that way, so make sure you reply to your comment after I pin it with your Discord name, and I'll get your wallet address from you through direct messages on Discord, and we can get that figured out. Next order of business here, I want to just briefly mention Recruit Raiders. It's a website you can use to find listings. It's great. I am going to have, this video is not sponsored by them, so this is not sponsored content here right now, but my stream will be sponsored by them tonight. So you can type in what you're looking for with attributes, and it'll pop up in a link straight over to OpenSea with the listings. And they are also working on launching a USD marketplace that will undercut OpenSea to have easier buying and selling on here. So I don't want to talk about it too much because this is not a sponsored video by them, but the stream that I will be doing on my Twitch tonight at Helvy Gaming on Twitch will be sponsored by Recruit Raiders, and you'll be able to find a lot more information there tonight on this site. So we won't talk about that too much, but figured I'd mention it, throw it out there. If anybody who watches the YouTube video but isn't going to watch the stream wants to check it out, you can check out that site. Just make sure you're aware that it exists and is a resource that is useful to use. So, looking at meta builds right now for PvP. We aren't going to talk too much about dungeons. If you want more information about running dungeons, I will be doing a stream for probably 4, 5, 6 hours tonight. Because I have a lot of characters to run, I got a lot of resets to do, and I have a whole nother wallet with 100 characters that needs to start getting leveled up, so we're going to be grinding that out like crazy tonight. So for PvP, this is the character that I have run into a tournament. I lost the very first round, but I lost to Atrix, who ended up coming in second place, so I don't feel too bad. Kind of got unlucky with the bracket, but this is the build, and I wish I had another stat reset now to pull these 5 points off of Charm, Wisdom, Luck to put it all in Intelligence. It seems like the way to go right now is to pick either Strength, Agility, or Intelligence and put 42 points into it. Just all in on one stat and get the rest of your stats from gear. But I kind of just wanted to make nice round numbers here and, put a couple of points into Charm. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. You live and you learn. But for Intelligence, you want the Ice Barrier rune. Ideally, you want a Floor Orb. But, as I said, somebody did just win with an Apprentice Staff. The Dark Sorcerer's Cowl is quite good. The new Croc Armor, which I do not have, I believe is what the winner of the tournament today was running, which has super high rolls on both Strength and Intelligence and Wisdom and Charm. It's basically a much better version of the Centurion Breastplate, I do believe. I think it is somewhere over in Loot and Drops. I might be able to find it real quick. Let me scroll and try to find the Croc armor. Let's see. Vile Gambison is a rare. That might have been what he was running, is the Vile Gambison, which is only rare. It's Agility, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Charm. Somebody has one posted there. That looks very good. Let's see. Let's see here. Sorry, I should have found this before recording a video, but I'm looking through, trying to find. Yeah, there's another Vile Gambison, which looks really good. Croc Scale Mail. Yeah, Strength, Intelligence, Wisdom, and Luck is the epic item. That is definitely possible that might be a top tier armor as well for intelligence, because it's basically super similar to the Crusader's Cloak in terms of what stats, just much higher rolls. So that might outdo the Dark Sorcerer's Cowl, because you're going to get the same or more intelligence, the same or more wisdom, the same or more luck, and you're going to get vastly more strength than you are on a Dark Sorcerer's Cowl. And that strength does give you a little bit of resistance to attacks, because that's all you get is the tertiary stat on these ones that are not your main. So you get that little bit of resistance to attacks, which is nothing to scoff at, really. So that's probably going to be best in slot there. If you don't have a Flora Orb, Apprentice Staffs and Wizard's Wands are also very good. They give very similar stats. This character doesn't have a Wizard's Wand, I don't think, no. But you can get away with less there. When it comes to intelligence, the builds are a little bit more varied, but again, you're going to want 42 points straight into agility. Ideally, you want the new, where is it? Centurion Mail, which is uncommon, is a very good mail to be running. It's going to give you agility, wisdom, and luck, which is exactly what you want. I've run so many resets trying to find either a Hunter's Garbadine or that Centurion Mail, and haven't yet. So this character is still on a Trickster's Tunic, which is still decent for agility. It is running the Flora Orb, which is again going to be one of your best in slots unless you get the epic Croc Jaw, I believe it's called. I think it's the Croc Jaw, which is a Battle Axe, which gives you all three of main stats. So unless you get that, you're going to want to probably be running Flora Orb. You can also get by with a Wakizashi or a Hunter's Boomerang, or if you're really hard up, you can get by with a Pig Skinner. There's a bunch of options for weapons. As far as runes go, it depends on what stats you're rocking, but the top two are Bash is probably best in slot, and Escape Artist is second. However, Escape Artist, I've been having a lot of success and a lot of fun running on duels with this outside of tournaments, and there have been, I believe somebody did win yesterday with Escape Artist as their rune through the whole tournament. And the reason for it is because the AI is always going to use Bash on turns 2 to 4, it seems like. I don't have a hard date on that, but it seems like it's always either turn 2, 3, or 4, which means turn 2 you can just use your Escape Artist, and you're almost guaranteed to have that Bash miss. So you can basically use your rune to completely counteract the Bash rune when you're in control of your character. And on top of that, you also get the power of... if you go first, when you're not controlling your character, there's a chance you might Escape Artist at the same turn they bash, unless they bash first turn. And a lot of people aren't going to be bashing first turn for whatever reason, or waiting out Escape Artist, so you might get lucky even when you're not controlling the character if they misplay. And on top of that, you also get a couple of extra if you have enough Charm, which is what this is going to scale off of, is Charm and Agility. You're going to end up with more dodges. So most of the time in PvP, I have been getting 3 back-to-back-to-back dodges out of using Escape Artist. So I think that might be slightly more worth it than Bash. That being said, if you manage to land a big crit with Bash, you're just going to instantly win the fight. So it's kind of personal preference between the two, but both are completely viable in agility builds right now. For strength, you really only have one option if you want to be competitive in PvP, and that is go all in strength, get Bash Rune, and manage to hit both the epic Croc Scale Mail and the epic Crack Jaw, which is very difficult to do, and even then you're not guaranteed to win. Strength probably needs another minor buff to get it to the point where it's PvP viable. It is completely viable in PvE right now and can do Croc. You can see this character here, for example, has been running the new dungeon and getting some new items from it. So it is possible with Strength with the new buffs to compete in the PvE side of things, but PvP is a little bit more dubious yet. So primarily you're going to be sticking to either Agility or Intelligence, and you're going to want either Escape Artist or Bash on Agility, and either Ice Barrier, which is far better, or Bash on Intelligence. Ice Barrier is really good on Intelligence. Generally, unless it's your only rune, you don't really want to be running Ice Barrier on Agility, because you're just not going to have any Intelligence. You don't have much Intelligence, and that's what it scales off of, so the heal is going to be very small. Probably still worth using if it's your only rune, but ideally you want to try and get your hands on Escape Artist and Bash. So we will go into some duels here and see how these actually perform. So we're up against number 2 here, so we'll just start off with Ice Barrier right away, might as well. Make sure that hit of 42 comes out, and the Bash didn't really do much there. So we're just going to slowly whittle this one down here. They're rocking the Wizard's Wand with the Dark Sorcerer's Cowl. Going to have a hard time standing up to the Floral Orb Dark Sorcerer's Cowl here. And we will go ahead and rock through that tournament, or that fight there rather. That match. Let's see, I want to go to, that's what I was thinking, I want to go to the tournament information and find who won. Let's see, some of the people that won tournaments. Let's see. Cameron won a tournament with 9431. So let's try our agility build against 9431 and kind of see what a meta build fight looks like right now. So Cameron here is rocking the Bee's Knees with the Sorcerer's Cowl. So we are going to go ahead and attack. And then on turn 2, ooh, we got a nice crit there. We're going to go ahead and Escape Artist in case they are running Bash and are about to use it. And there's the Bash and the miss from the Escape Artist. So that is why we run Escape Artist on agility builds, because when we're in control, we can make them miss that Bash and make that Bash completely irrelevant. Whereas if he was running Ice Barrier, that would not be possible, and we will take down the win over somebody who had this character win a tournament. So even with subpar gear and running a little bit behind on gear and not having exactly perfect drops, you can still compete in tournaments. And if I'd had a good run in that tournament and managed to face him in the finals, I would have potentially been able to win that one. Of course, you do have to, there are a lot of very meta builds being run in the tournaments, and there are a lot of very high roll drops being run, so you do have to have a bit of a good run out with crits. You do have to get a little bit lucky to make it through an entire tournament bracket, but it's definitely worth entering and competing because you do get paid out in Aurum. The prize structure is 5,000 Aurum for first place, 2,500 Aurum for second, 1,500 Aurum for third, and 1,000 Aurum for fourth. In addition, the top 3 get invited to a invitational tournament that will happen at some point in the future once we have enough entrants. And that invitational tournament will pay out $10,000 worth of Aurum in prizes. $10,000. So I'm guessing about half of that, roughly, to first place, which will be absolutely huge for whoever manages to have a good run through that tournament. So make sure you're entering into these tournaments. They are completely free to enter. There's no reason not to. And with that being said, I will go ahead and conclude this video. It's kind of run a little bit long. I kind of got to babbling here and going on and on and on about what I wanted to talk about. But for those that are here, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when more videos come out on the channel and you keep up to date. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.